Very good morning to you. Welcome to Hills TV on Sport Recap. I am Aidan Lubemi, number one sportsman on TV.
Of course, I am Daniel Obasi.
All right, looking at the actions that took place over the weekend, just including yesterday in the European Champions League, we saw Chelsea losing out of the competition. We also saw Real Madrid advancing to the competition to the next stage, and also a lot of games took place yesterday. And also in the local scene, we saw that our own NFF president, talking about Amaju Pinnick, has been given a new role at the FIFA committee.
Of course, a lot in terms of the fact that rumors coming in was the fact that he was probably going for the third term in office. And I think for me personally, most people, some school of thought are of the opinion that he should at this moment step down. 2 years, 2 tenure as the NFF president, it should be good enough. Now, let's look at him over the past 2 terms he has been in office. What has the Super Eagles gotten? And all of the things involved. Now, when you look at the past 5, 6, 7 years, the only thing we probably might get to lay our hands is the fact that, okay, we can remember 2013 where we won the African Cup of Nations. And it was even won by a local-based coach, talking about former late, talking about Stephen Keshi. So all of these things being brought together does not really portend well. What have we been able to get over his 2 term in office? So, and then it is that period we saw a lot of foreign-based players coming into our own national team. Now, 2013, we won it with a local-based team, infusing it with the foreign-based player. But since so far so good, in the past 5, 6 years, we've had enough foreign players in the national team, which is really bad for our team. Now, look at, even before he came in, where was the NPFL? Now, where are we now currently in the standings in terms of the best league in the world?
Yes.
We are currently on the 12th position. So it's really bad for us. But for me, like I said, some school of thought will feel, okay, enough is enough, time to step down and probably let someone else rule the Nigerian Football Federation.
Well, talking about stepping aside, we also saw that amid those calls, when we were receiving reports that he was going to resign or having those issues, we saw FIFA stepping in and giving him a new role on the advisory board. Is it the right time for him to leave, or does he still have more to offer to Nigerian football?
For me, he has been there. Aside from the fact that the CAF boss, talking about Patrice Motsepe, actually nominated him. He has also is also part of the NFF committee, the CAF committee on the continent. So for me, I think for now, even if he wants to go to the continental scene, he wants to go on the global scene, fine, you can do that. Yes. But what has even been the impact since he has been there and also as the NFF president? So all of these things are things some school of thought are beginning to put in 1s and 2s and say, okay, I think it's time, let someone else take the job, the mantle of the position, and let's see how far we can go with the Nigerian Football Federation.
All right, away from Nigerian football now to the Falcons, talking about the Falcons coach. Talking about around the Wildrum, where we received reports that he's very confident that the Falcons will do so well at the AFCON taking place in Morocco later this year.
It's quite funny enough, based on the fact that the internal crisis has not been solved. Yes. Now, when I talk about the internal crisis, we know what just happened. Asisa did not follow them to the Invitational Tournament, where we lost the first game to Canada by 2 goals to nothing, the women, and then we played out that 2-2 draw. So a lot is happening. Francis Odega actually came in the second the friendly. So a lot is happening in the Super Falcons. And do not forget, this was the same thing that happened with Desire Okpara-Nozir when she was taken off as the captain. But why? Because she actually said what was right. The players were not being paid. So all of these things happened, and we had a poor outing at the Women's World Cup the following time. So all of these things had to be solved. They need to be solved. Asisat is one of the best players on the women's African continent. It has to be solved. Until then, there is nothing. There is nothing going. We are the best in Africa. We can go there even without these ladies and bring back the cup. But at the moment, let's solve our internal crisis before coming out and then definitely having a stronger team.
Well, you mentioned something about having good players. Recall that in the first leg where the Falcons were defeated, Odega was not part of the team. Asisa Oshola was also not part. But at the second leg we took place at Victoria City, we saw that Odega's presence contributed, and the Super Falcons had even led the team, the Olympic defending Olympic champions. They even led until Sinclair and a defender from the Canadian side leveled the scoreline. And so going forward into the competitions later on this year, what do you have to say about this?
Experience. CSK Moscow, Odega, like you said, she came into the second game, and we saw what happened. The Super Falcons led on both occasions, and they were just not lucky enough to actually win that game by 2 goals, because we saw the Canadian team coming late in that game to actually got equalizer. What I'm saying is experience would definitely be blended. Onomoni is just coming into the team. She got her first game at the Moshood Abiola Stadium just a few months ago. So a blend of experience and a blend of fresh talents who are hungry to make the national team proud is what we want. But at the end of the day, let's not have that internal crisis, and we are good to go to remain as the best when it comes to women on the continent.
All right, I'm still talking football. Let's quickly let you all the actions that took place yesterday night in the European Champions League. We saw Real Madrid losing at home at the Santiago Bernabeu against Chelsea by 3-2, while Villarreal and Bayern Munich played out a 1-1 draw. Of course, Bayern Munich out, Chelsea out. What is the next round in the Europa League football competition? What is the next round going to look like?
It's going to be amazing. I saw the game yesterday, and most especially, like I said, it was history just made on both ends. Chelsea defeating Real Madrid at the Bernabeu, becoming the first English side to actually do that feat, and then for Villarreal making getting their semi-final spot over the last 16 years, and courtesy of that wonderful strike for our very own Nigeria, talking about Samuel Chukwueze, to give them that edge. 2-1 on aggregate. It ended even at the Allianz Arena. No one saw that coming in any angle. Everyone thought what happened with the first. We saw what happened with the round of 16, where Bayern Munich didn't do well against Salzburg, and then when they went back to the second leg, it was raining goals and all of that. So we thought we were going to see the same thing, but we didn't just see it. Villarreal, they stood their head in, and they actually got a chance to go through to the semi-finals. And then for Chelsea, they had a lot of time. They played good football. They would have actually just buried that one 4-0, but of course it just didn't go their way. But the good thing is the fact that Madrid came with experience, and of course it worked perfectly well for them.
Well, talking about the game yesterday, Real Madrid Chelsea, we saw Benzema getting the second goal. After that game, we're receiving rumors that he may be tipped for the Ballon d'Or award. Do you think this is true?
At the moment, there's no one who comes close. I have to be sincere. There is no player currently who comes close to Karim Benzema. I have to be sincere with this one. I just hope it definitely comes to him. A lot of people said when Ronaldo was at Real Madrid, he was under the shadows. Now we're getting to see the full Karim Benzema, and it's amazing to actually watch. And definitely we'll see how things unfold even as they continue in their pursuit of their 14th Champions League glory.
All right, before we go, let's quickly let you know that LA Lakers head coach, talking about Frank Vogel, has been sacked by the team after failing to qualify the LA Lakers for the NBA playoffs. A sad one coming there for Frank. Of course, he has lost that position for failing to qualify LA Lakers in the NBA.
A sad one, most especially for LA Lakers, and most especially for the king himself, LeBron James. This would be the fourth time he would not, in his 19 years career, he would not be playing in the NBA playoffs. The playing started yesterday. Hopefully we'll get to see new people, but it's a sad one for LA Lakers in general.
All right, later on today, we will still see actions in the Europa Champions League. Manchester City, Atletico Madrid, Liverpool are still in first contention. What will the result be on later on tonight on Europa Champions League? And that's the much we can take on Sports Recap on Hills TV. I am Aidan Luben.
And I am Daniel Obasi.
Thank you for watching.